Hi guys, this is Sai Kumar Kurtiwada. In this video, we will learn about suspense components and what is a suspense element given by SolidJS and how it helps us in showing a fallback components whenever the components are lazy loaded. Let me quickly jump into Visual Studio Code for better understanding. So for this sake, what I'll do is I have created a lazy component in my previous video. Please watch that for better understanding. And here I have created a lazy component, and that component will be loaded based on the condition that is nothing but when the count value is divisible by 2, then it will be loading this lazy component. So that is the agenda for the lazy components. But now what happens if this lazy component loads a bit slow? For example, my set count will be incremented by 1 and that count value has been satisfying this condition. When this condition satisfies, this starts loading. But due to some network problem or due to some network loading, this lazy component may be loaded a bit slow. In that case, instead of showing some white page, we can show some fallback labels. So let me quickly show you how it works. Let me go here to the browser and let me reload this, and this loads app.jsx and it didn't load our lazy component. Let me clear this off, and now let me reduce the network I made into slow 3G so that the JS files whatever loading after putting this slow 3G, that will be loaded bit slow. So whenever I click on this, immediately it is not showing any output, and later after loading all these component details, it is showing my component details. By that time the user may not understand what's happening and he may be clicking this count value again. So at that particular time UI behavior will not be as expected. So that's why we can show some loading indicators, or we can say that this component is still loading, please wait for some time. So such things can be handled by using suspense element. So let me go here. What we can do is this lazy component is loaded lazily. So for that sake, what I can do is instead of returning that component, I can use something called as suspense. And this is imported from SolidJS, you can see over here. And this suspense, I'll just use this suspense and wrap this lazy component inside the suspense. Let me hit enter and let me hit enter. So what this suspense will do, until this component is ready, this suspense element will have a property called as fallback, and that fallback will be executed. So you can use a arrow function over here, and let me return something like loading component and save this. Now what happens is when I reload or when I load this component lazily, this may take some time, maybe fractions of time or fractions of seconds. By that fractions of seconds, instead of showing a white label on our UI, it will show this particular paragraph, that is a fallback component. Let me go here and just clear this off. Let me make it as no thread rolling and just reload. I have loaded app.jsx. Now I'm making it to slow 3G. Now what I'll do is I'll just click on this. A call will be going in our network to fetch that lazy component, and that may take certain time. By that time you can see this fallback component over here. Let me click this. Now you can see loading component. Once this component is loaded, you can see actual data. That means this fallback will be acting like a placeholder for our component until our component is loaded. That's about your suspense element. Suspense element will help us to showcase some other fallback content until that component is loaded. When that component may delay because of network, maybe because of the content whatever you wrote in that component, maybe the JavaScript execution process is taking time. It depends on various criterias. It will not bother about what conditions this component is lazy loaded. Instead, it will only check whether this component is ready to execute or not. Once it is ready to execute, this fallback will be replaced with our original content. So that's about your suspense element, which is given by SolidJS. Hope you like my explanation. If you like my video, like, share, subscribe to my channel for more updates. Signing off. Thank you.